All right. So let's dive into some side hustles.
Okay.
I know a lot of you out there are thinking about ways to make some extra money, and maybe you've even thought about, jumping into the side hustle world.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to unpack this YouTube video by Joshua Mayo titled 12 Side Hustles You Can Do from Your Phone. $500 plus per day.
Okay.
I mean, $500 a day just from your phone.
Wow.
Pretty enticing promise, right?
Yeah, it definitely gets your attention, but you got to be realistic about earning potential.
Right.
I mean, while some side hustles can be lucrative, it's not always as simple as it sounds.
Right.
So let's examine those claims.
Okay. Skepticism engaged.
Yes.
So let's start with the most shocking side hustle Mayo mentions.
Okay.
Selling your poop.
Oh, wow.
I know it sounds crazy,
Yeah.
but apparently there's a company called Human Microbes that pays $500 per donation.
Hmm.
It's not exactly the kind of side hustle you bring up at a dinner party, is it?
Not really, but there's actually a medical reason behind this, believe it or not. These donations are used for fecal microbiota transplants, which can help treat certain gut conditions.
Oh,
The science is really fascinating, but it's important to understand that, becoming a donor isn't as simple as it sounds.
right.
There are strict health requirements, and the demand for these transplants isn't exactly widespread.
Yeah, $500 is tempting, but I can imagine the screening process is pretty intense.
Yeah.
And who knows how often they need donations.
Right.
So maybe not the most reliable way to rake in the cash.
Yeah, probably not.
Let's shift gears to a side hustle that's a little less, messy.
Okay.
Mayo talks about becoming a virtual friend.
A virtual friend.
Yeah. On platforms like Papa,
Okay.
where you can earn up to $3,000 a month just by texting people who are feeling lonely.
Wow. Okay.
He even showed one profile description that was so out there.
Oh.
It made me wonder about the kind of people you might encounter.
Yeah, that's definitely a side hustle that highlights our need for connection, especially, in a world that can feel increasingly isolating.
Right.
But there's a big safety concern here.
Right.
Interacting with strangers online always comes with risks. So setting clear boundaries and being cautious is absolutely essential.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's definitely not a side hustle for everyone,
Right.
but it could be a good fit for people who are naturally empathetic and have strong communication skills.
Right. You'd need a good sense of when to engage and when to step back.
Yeah.
Now, Mayo also highlights some more practical side hustles.
Okay.
Things you might already be doing anyway,
Like what?
like using the Upside app to earn cash back on gas, groceries, and restaurant purchases.
Oh, okay.
Seems like a no-brainer if you can save a few bucks on everyday expenses, right?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
clever way to leverage the power of group buying to get discounts.
Okay.
Upside partners with businesses to offer these deals, and users benefit from the savings.
Okay, cool.
It's a win-win, especially with the cost of living going up these days.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so Upside is all about saving money.
Okay.
What about actually earning some extra cash on the go?
All right, how do we do that?
Mayo features the Field Agent app,
Okay.
where you complete small tasks for businesses like snapping photos of products in stores or sharing your opinions on certain brands.
Mm.
He claims some users are making $100, $300 a day, which is pretty impressive for running errands.
That is impressive.
Right.
So what's interesting about Field Agent is that it turns those everyday errands into earning opportunities.
Right.
If you're already out and about, why not get paid for it?
Exactly.
But consistency is key here.
Okay.
You'd need to be actively checking for tasks and be in the right locations to maximize your earnings.
So we talked about saving and earning money on everyday activities.
Right.
Now let's move on to side hustles that leverage your existing skills or knowledge.
Okay, I like that.
This is where things start to get really interesting.
All right.
Mayo suggests selling stock photos online, selling your old class notes, and even creating YouTube thumbnails for other creators.
Interesting.
What do you think? Could any of these be a hidden talent goldmine?
Well, these side hustles tap into the big economy,
Okay.
where you're basically offering your skills as a freelancer.
Right.
The barrier to entry is often pretty low, making them accessible to a wide range of people. But success depends on finding your niche and offering high-quality work.
So let's break these down one by one.
Okay.
Selling stock photos on IM caught my eye
Okay, why?
because Mayo claims you can earn up to $192 per image.
Wow.
And all you need is your phone camera.
Wow.
Imagine turning your vacation snapshots into cold, hard cash.
That would be nice.
Right?
Yeah, the demand for high-quality images is huge, especially with social media and online content creation booming.
Right.
But remember, the stock photo market can be pretty competitive.
Okay.
You need to find your unique style and build a strong portfolio to stand out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, what about Study Pool?
Study pool.
It's a platform where you can upload your old class notes and actually get paid each time someone views them.
What?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mayo mentioned top contributors earning thousands of dollars per month, which blows my mind.
Wow.
Who knew those dusty old binders could be so valuable?
Well, it reflects the growing trend of peer-to-peer learning and the way students are using online resources to supplement their education.
Okay.
Of course, the quality and relevance of your notes matter.
Right.
You can't just upload any scribbles and expect to make bank.
Right. You want to be that student who everyone wanted to borrow notes from.
Exactly.
Finally, there's YouTube thumbnails, which might seem like a small detail,
Yeah.
but Mayo makes a compelling case for their importance.
Well, yeah, a well-designed thumbnail can be the difference between a video getting clicks or being completely ignored. YouTubers often outsource this task.
Really?
And there's real money to be made if you have a knack for design.
Plus, the potential to earn over $1,100 per week is definitely nothing to sneeze at.
That's amazing.
And Mayo even mentioned using Canva, which is a super user-friendly design platform.
I love Canva.
You don't need to be a Photoshop expert to get started.
Tools like Canva have made design accessible to everyone, which is a game changer.
Right.
It's a great example of how technology can open up new income opportunities.
All right, so those are some of the more accessible side hustles.
Okay.
Now let's dive into a few that require a bit more specialized knowledge,
Right.
but have the potential for even higher earnings.
Okay, let's hear it.
First up is becoming a Google Ads specialist.
Okay.
Mayo highlights the huge demand for this skill set and shows specialists earning over $100 an hour.
Wow.
It's a side hustle that's directly tied to the world of digital marketing, which is only growing as more businesses move online.
Of course.
Being able to manage advertising campaigns effectively is a highly valuable skill.
Yeah, definitely.
And get this, Google offers free training on their Skillshop platform.
Really?
So you can learn the ropes without spending a dime.
Wow.
It's incredible that such a lucrative career path is so accessible.
Yeah, it really speaks to the power of online resources and the democratization of knowledge. Google is making it possible for anyone with an internet connection to develop valuable skills.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, now let's switch gears to mobile notaries.
Mobile notaries.
This one's for the detail-oriented folks out there who enjoy interacting with people.
Okay.
It seems like a pretty straightforward side hustle with relatively low startup costs.
Yeah, it's a service that's always in demand because various legal and financial transactions require notarization.
Okay.
And by being mobile, you're offering convenience and flexibility, which people are willing to pay for.
Right.
Yeah.
Mayo mentioned earnings of $10, $30 for general signings.
Yeah.
Or $100, $200 for more complex documents like loan signings. Plus, you can factor in travel fees, so it seems like a decent way to supplement your income.
Yeah, you'd be handling sensitive documents, so building trust and a reputation for reliability is crucial.
Yeah, of course.
But for someone with strong interpersonal skills and attention to detail, it could be a rewarding and profitable side hustle.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Mayo reveals what he calls his secret weapon side hustle.
What's that?
Creating low-content books,
Whoa.
or LCBs.
What are those?
Think journals, coloring books, planners.
Okay.
Basically books with simple designs that people can fill in themselves.
Interesting.
It seems almost too simple to be true, but the potential earnings are mind-blowing.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, LCBs are a great way to tap into the self-publishing boom.
Okay.
Platforms like Amazon KDP have made it easier than ever for individuals to publish and sell their own books, and LCBs are a low barrier to entry option. Mayo even mentioned someone making $177,000 per month selling LCBs.
Wow.
That's life-changing money.
Yeah, it is.
And there's software available that makes the design process pretty straightforward, even if you're not a design whiz.
So it's a reminder that sometimes the simplest ideas can be the most profitable.
Right.
And by tapping into niche markets and creating high-quality products, people are finding incredible success in this growing industry.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, from the unusual to the practical and everything in between. Yeah, we have.
What are your initial thoughts?
I'm overwhelmed but excited.
Yeah.
What strikes me is how these side hustles reflect the changing nature of work and the rise of the gig economy. It's fascinating to see how technology is creating new opportunities for people to earn income and pursue their passions.
Right.
But we've only scratched the surface.
Right.
There's so much more to unpack.
I came in for more.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really makes you think about how we define work these days.
Right.
You know, these side hustles blur the lines between traditional jobs and entrepreneurial ventures.
Right.
It's exciting.
Exactly. And it's not just about the money, although that's definitely a motivating factor.
Right.
A lot of these side hustles offer a sense of autonomy and flexibility
Yeah.
that you might not find in a typical 9-to-5 job.
It's about taking control of your time and your income, which is a huge draw for a lot of people.
For sure.
And speaking of control,
Okay.
let's talk about another side hustle Mayo mentions.
Charging electric scooters for companies like Lime.
Charging scooters.
Yeah, you use the app to find scooters that need juice,
Okay.
take them home to charge overnight, and then return them to designated spots.
So basically, you're getting paid to be a scooter shepherd.
That's a good way to put it.
That's pretty cool, and it seems like it would be a good way to get some exercise.
Yeah.
And explore your city while you're at it.
It definitely taps into the sharing economy and the growing popularity of micromobility solutions.
Right.
Plus, you're contributing to a greener mode of transportation, which is a nice bonus.
Mayo says you can make between $5 and $12 per scooter charged. So if you hustle and charge 10 scooters in a night, you're looking at $50 to $120 for a few hours of work.
Wow.
Not bad for a side gig.
Not bad at all, but we have to be realistic, right?
Right.
How feasible is it to consistently find and charge that many scooters?
That's the key question.
Yeah, think about it. How many scooters are available in your area?
Right.
How much competition is there from other chargers? And how much time are you willing to invest in driving around collecting, charging, and returning scooters?
Right.
It might not be as simple as it sounds.
Good point.
Yeah,
It's easy to get caught up in the potential earnings without considering the logistics.
exactly.
Okay, so we've explored a wide range of side hustles from this video.
We have.
What are some of the broader themes that stand out to you?
One theme that jumps out is adaptability.
Adaptability.
Yeah, the world of work is constantly changing, and these side hustles are a perfect example of that.
Okay.
You have to be willing to learn new skills, embrace technology, and be open to new opportunities.
It's almost like a microcosm of the larger economic shifts happening right now.
Yeah.
The big economy, freelancing entrepreneurship,
Right.
these are all becoming increasingly common ways to earn a living.
Absolutely.
And it seems like having a side hustle is almost becoming the norm.
It's definitely a sign of the times.
Right.
And another theme that's really apparent is the power of technology.
Yeah.
We're talking about side hustles you can do from your phone. It's incredible how accessible these opportunities are now.
It's amazing to think that something as simple as a smartphone can be a tool for learning, connecting, creating, and earning.
I know, it's crazy.
But let's not get carried away with all the excitement.
Yeah.
It's important to acknowledge that side hustles aren't a magic solution for everyone.
Right.
There are potential downsides and challenges to consider.
Absolutely. Time management is a huge one.
Time management.
Yeah, juggling a side hustle on top of other commitments like a full-time job, family, or just life in general can be incredibly demanding.
It's easy to burn out if you try to do too much at once.
It is.
And I imagine it can be tough to draw boundaries between your side hustle and your personal life.
Exactly. You need to be realistic about how much time and energy you can realistically dedicate to a side hustle without sacrificing your well-being.
Right.
And it's not just about time.
Oh.
There's also the potential for financial risk.
Right. Some side hustles require upfront investments,
Yeah.
whether it's equipment, software, or marketing materials. And there's no guarantee that you'll make back your investment, let alone turn a profit.
It's important to treat a side hustle like any other business venture.
Okay.
Do your research, develop a plan, and be prepared to put in the work.
Right.
Don't fall for those get-rich-quick schemes.
And speaking of research,
Yes.
it's crucial to thoroughly investigate any side hustle before diving in.
Yeah.
Understand the market, the competition, the legal requirements, and the earning potential.
You don't want to waste your time and energy on something that's already saturated or that you're not legally allowed to do.
Right.
And don't forget about taxes.
Oh, yeah, good point. It's easy to overlook the tax implications of earning income from a side hustle,
It is.
but it's important to stay on top of it and keep accurate records.
It's always a good idea to consult with a tax professional to make sure you're meeting all the requirements.
That's okay to know.
And beyond the practical considerations, there's also the potential impact on your mental and physical health.
Oh, right. Side hustles can be incredibly rewarding,
They can,
but they can also be stressful and time-consuming.
for sure.
It's important to find a balance that works for you and to prioritize self-care.
If your side hustle is causing you more stress than satisfaction, it might be time to reevaluate.
Yeah.
Remember, it's supposed to be a positive addition to your life, not a burden.
So we've talked about the potential downsides,
Right.
but let's not forget about the amazing benefits that side hustles can offer.
Absolutely. The most obvious one is increased income,
Right.
which can be a game changer for achieving financial goals, paying off debt, or just having more financial freedom.
And beyond the financial aspect, side hustles can provide a sense of accomplishment and purpose.
For sure.
It's incredibly rewarding to build something from scratch and see your efforts pay off.
It can also be a fantastic way to learn new skills, gain valuable experience, and expand your professional network.
Hmm.
You might even discover hidden talents or passions you didn't know you had.
And let's not forget about the flexibility and autonomy that side hustles often provide. You can set your own hours, work from anywhere, and be your own boss.
It's all about finding that sweet spot where your skills, interests, and goals align with the demands of the market.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to ask you,
Okay.
if you had to choose one of the side hustles we've discussed to try out yourself, which one would it be and why?
That's a tough one.
Take a moment to think about it.
Okay.
We'll be back in just a bit to wrap things up and offer some final thoughts on navigating the exciting world of side hustles. Welcome back. So we've explored a whole spectrum of side hustles, from the unconventional to the highly practical.
Yeah.
Now let's try to distill some key insights from our deep dive into Joshua Mayo's video.
Okay. I think one of the biggest takeaways is the sheer diversity of the side hustle landscape.
Yeah.
There truly is something for everyone, regardless of skills, interests, or available time.
It's like a buffet of income opportunities.
Yeah.
And it seems like technology plays a crucial role in making these opportunities accessible.
Right.
We're talking about side hustles you can do from your phone.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's incredible.
Yeah. A lot of the side hustles we discussed wouldn't even be possible without, smartphones and the internet.
Right.
Technology has really leveled the playing field, empowering individuals to become entrepreneurs, freelancers, and creators.
It's a reminder that we're living in a time of unprecedented opportunity.
Yeah.
But with so many options, it can be overwhelming
Right?
to know where to start.
It can.
What advice would you give someone who's feeling a bit lost in the side hustle jungle?
Well, my biggest piece of advice is this.
Okay.
Do your research.
Uh-huh.
Don't just jump into the first shiny side hustle that catches your eye.
Right.
Take the time to understand the market, the competition, the legal requirements, and the earning potential.
It's like any other business venture. You need to have a solid plan. And speaking of planning, another key takeaway is the importance of balance.
Absolutely.
Side hustles can be incredibly rewarding, but they can also be demanding.
Right. It's essential to find a sustainable rhythm that complements your life, not one that consumes it. Set realistic expectations for the time and energy you can dedicate and prioritize your mental and physical well-being.
It's about finding that sweet spot where passion, purpose, and profit intersect.
I like that.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into this topic, I want to leave you with this thought-provoking question.
Okay.
If you could design the perfect side hustle, what would it look like? What skills would you leverage? What problems would you solve? What impact would you make?
That's a great question.
Imagine the possibilities. And thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the exciting world of side hustles.